Here's the thing with Bound. This is one out of all of the movies this week. I wanted to see Bound. I just wasn't able to watch it in time. Currently, as of this recording, it has 91% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It was released in 2023. It says that on IMDb. Eric Holmes checked it
Was
out.
it though? Was
Was
it
it,
really?
was it really though, like Eric says, because it hits New York and LA May 16th this Friday, and it's also available on VOD this Friday. So technically 2023, but this is ultimately a new movie. Bound, it centers, quote, to escape her drug dealing stepfather, a young artist flees to New York City with only her pet flying squirrel. Eric, you gotta,
Like a sugar glider,
okay.
like a little cute little tiny squirrel looking thing.
That's weird. After successfully reinventing herself with the help of some, quote, found family, she returns home to confront her dark past in order to be free. I read a bunch of reviews on Bound. This movie, by the way, is written and directed by Isaac Hirotsu Woofter. It stars Ramin Karimloo, Jessica Pimentel, Alexandra Faye Sadeghian, Bryant Carroll, Puya Museni, and Jay Alexander in his film debut as Bandit the Flying Squirrel. Eric Holmes, this seems like an indie drama through and through. What got me really excited is it got some really good reviews by a bunch of critics. Are they right? What do you think of Bound?
That makes sense. This has like a like Catch the Fair one or Blue Ruin. It's got that feel to it.
That's
Um,
high. That's a high comparison, Eric.
yeah, and this one lives up to it, I think. The only thing I don't like about this movie is the title because look up Bound, and first of all, the Wachowskis is going to be the first one that pops up, but there's 100 movies called Bound, so
Sure.
that there ends my complaints on this movie.
No, really.
But yeah, this one's I guess the second one's not really a complaint; it's the point. But this movie was like stressful to watch, and just it gets fun and heartwarming at times, but a lot of the times I'm just like pulling my hair out, just going, "What the hell? What the hell?" Basically, so it starts off with the main character. She basically shoots her stepdad, not like kills him, but grazes him, like shoots him enough that does a little bit of damage, and then just holds a gun on him until he leaves the house. And then he leaves the house and she goes to her mom, and she's talking with, lay down in the bed with her mom. It's all right, it's done, it's done, it's over. And then the next day, her and her mom are like talking, and then she hands the mom the keys, and then you can never give these to him. She's like, well, it's like he's out of her life now. And then so you think everything's going to be fine, and almost immediately, stepdad comes back. She's looking through the window,
Ooh.
and she watches her mom hand the stepdad the keys, and then she's like, screw this, I'm out. And then so she goes to, I think she's in New York, and then just basically becomes homeless and just kind of wandering the streets, like figuring out how to survive, and meet some friends along the way that become characters that we come to know throughout the rest of the movie.
Were they
And
interesting characters as opposed to tropes or symbols of things to
yeah,
further
yeah,
the plot?
they're I I suppose you could stretch and pull a couple tropes out of some of them, but there are more characters than there are tropes, I think.
Good. Yeah.
But one of the things you learn is you learn with other characters because like she'll meet some people and get in like a situation where it seems dicey, and then come to find out like the people just accept her anyway. They're like, it's whatever, who cares? And then you come to find out that all these other characters that she runs into have their own sort of trauma and their own history and backgrounds and whatever. So of course we're going to accept you. We're not going to shun you because of that, because you don't know our story. And when you hear our story, you're going to figure out, oh, okay, yeah, you went through some crap too.
This sounds like
Um,
a very heavy movie, Eric.
so eventually she tries to go back to her home to get her mom out of there. And because like now her, like, I think previously that's how she was saying, I think it's heroin, but I'm not 100%. There's definitely some addiction going on. And that's what's keeping her with the stepdad. And then there's a bunch of other kind of interesting family dynamic stuff that kind of gets brought up later. You assume that's what's going on, but you don't know for sure until then. And it ends in a strange way. I won't say what it is, but like the stepdad is drinking buddy are definitely like the villains of the movie, but they go in a strange direction because this is less about good guys versus bad guys and more about trauma and addiction and how that can affect relationships and just their personal lives just in general.
Was that a better choice, creative choice, you think? That it went that
yeah, by a lot. And I think they knocked that out of the park, that whole idea of, because this does a thing where like once the movie ends, it comes up with the title of blah, blah, blah. Many families are affected by addiction, call suicide hotline and this and that. And normally in a movie, that would be kind of like a little ham-fisted. I appreciate that you're putting the 800 number out there and everything, but it's not really earned. In this case, it is, because
that's high.
That's like a strong theme throughout the movie. So like when they come up with that title, it doesn't come off as cheesy or like, where the hell did this come from? It's, yeah, I see that, because that was kind of like an underlying theme throughout the entire movie. But this was just really well done. I would say much something like Snow Angels. Don't really want to watch Snow Angels again, but it's an awesome movie. That's where I'm at with Bound. Although I think with the characters and some of the stuff in this movie, like I would see this again. I'm not dying to see this movie again, because you got to be like mentally prepared for something like this, because it gets.
Were you mentally prepared when you started?
No, but I went there anyway. But see, that's why movies like A Breed Apart exist. You watch Bound. You get done with it, it's like, oh, dude, that was heavy as hell. I don't. But in A Breed Apart, oh, killer dogs, cool. I can relax.
Okay, so then in layman's terms, people want to say, Eric, I don't want to see a heavy movie. Why should I see Bound? Just the way it's executed as a drama, I'm assuming, right? The way.
Yeah. And even like comparing it to something like Blue Ruin, it's definitely dark, but for some reason it's not as heavy as this. Because like I could watch Blue Ruin again. Fair one, I could watch that one again. This one, I think, since it leans into the themes as hard as it does, this one's less fun, but it's just as good, I think.
That's amazing. Very good review, Eric Holmes. Your rating on Bound, which again, May 16th, VOD.
This one's 6.9. This is a great movie. This would qualify as a great movie I probably never want to see again, but I probably will.
Okay, 6.9 stars for Bound from Eric Holmes. Again, New York and Los Angeles, May 16th. But the good thing is, day and date on May 16th, you can also rent Bound on VOD. Might be the best way to go as well if you're not in New York or LA. Check out Eric. You just listen to Eric Holmes' interview, and
this one does not. This one does not have midnight movie energy to it.
No midnight movie energy, but very good dramatic energy to it.
Yes.
So yeah, we will leave a link where you can rent or purchase this on our show notes and support Cinemaddicts if you want to, or just, I don't know, just pick up those threads that Eric is laying down and follow that thread and go possibly give Bound a shot and tell us what you think of that movie. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.